Seeing more and more people just folding under criticism. It might actually be you, but maybe you just don't want to relate to it. But it is the truth. No matter how much it hurts, we are heavily under the influence of others' perception and thinking about us. Napoleon Hill talked about this in Think and Grow Rich and he referred to it as the fear of criticism. Now it's actually really simple. But look, can we be this? Can we actually really stop giving a fuck? We can. It is actually possible. And from my experience, I found it to be coming down to 4 simple principles that if you actually do, you will just totally not care about what other people think of you. The first thing is status. Now I know this might seem like a wide topic, but look, the more we improve our status, the more we're going to be sure of ourselves and the more we are automatically not going to care as much about what other people think. It actually makes perfect sense. While the better we are, the more we are sure in ourselves, the less and less others' perception of us matters. But how do we increase status? Now this is truly like a big topic and I would actually like to dedicate a specific video for this. So make sure you subscribe, drop the bell to get the notification when this video goes up. The second principle of not giving a fuck is competition. Now, okay, I want you to imagine you're running a race. You see a guy in front of you who is in the lead. In that point, do you think you will be thinking about what other people think about you while running? Or do you think that you will be totally focused to beat the guy that's in front of you? I mean, the answer is obvious. So why don't we do this in our day-to-day lives? In our society, humans, especially men, have been just told that competition is toxically masculine and that it's specifically a bad thing and that you should only compete with yourself. Well, the other part, that you should compete with yourself, I can agree to some point. But look, if you ever ran a race or did any form of competition, you would know how much it amplifies your mind and how better you can think and how under the pressure you can just work so much better. So again, why don't we do this in our day-to-day lives? Now, I want you to firstly stop believing that the competition is bad for you. It's not, and I want you to totally just discard that thinking that competition is bad for you. Now that we got that down, how can we actually practice competition in our day-to-day lives? It's actually pretty simple and easy. Just think of a guy in your school, or maybe at your workplace, or maybe even a random guy that you see on the street. What I want you to do is I want you to remember him in your mind. Now, we have one person. Okay, look. Now imagine he might be getting all of the girls, he may be having better grades than you, maybe he is making more money than you at your workplace, maybe he has better physique than you, or maybe he is even a more positive or more charismatic person. Now I want you to specifically outline one of these traits that you would like to have in your life. Now I know this might seem offensive and we don't want to be copying exactly what they're doing, because that is comparing and that's what we shouldn't do. That is another thing, but we should compete with them. We should want and strive to be better than that guy who is now better than us. It's just simple competition. And just let your mind think of the way that you can beat him. Think of how you can beat him and think of the moment that you beat him. Think of the moment that you were better than him. Let it. You have been silencing your mind for way too long because of this just conditioning from the society that you shouldn't compete. Let your mind think. This is how we were supposed to think all along. Don't let your lizard brain take care of this. Don't you dare deny it. It is good. It's amplifying your mind. And every single time you're supposed to do work, just think of it. Think of it. And everything else is going to be totally unimportant to you except for beating that person. Now the third thing is actually we need to stop living in the past. Now this is probably the most challenging thing to do and probably the hardest. What does this mean? I know it's hard for you to forgive yourself. The fear of, well, just people and your bad experiences won't help you in your life. It just won't. Why is it just so hard for you to forget them? Well, our mind is attracted and just attached to more bad things about our past than the good ones. So let's say like huge event and you're having so much fun, but there's that one person that is like telling you that you don't look good or anything of like that. That person is probably going to stick more in your mind than the whole event. Even though you're having so much fun, that one kind of critique about your appearance will just kind of stick in your mind for much longer than the whole event. I know that you simply just can't forget a big thing about your past, or maybe even a lot of these experiences. I know it's hard. Don't let it slow you down. What we want to do is we want to actually use this. Now, how do we use this? Look, think of that bad interaction with someone. I know there's something clicking in your mind right now. Your mind is spinning. You're thinking of that one kind of action or the one moment that this happened to you. Now just use that moment as kind of a lesson. Don't do it again. Improve yourself. Become better. And that's how you're just going to stop caring about all what other people think, because you're going to improve yourself enough so that the caring and the thinking of other people just won't matter to you as much. Now the fourth is actually setting goals. Now this is fairly broad. But look, if you get super focused to your goals and you're actually making progress and you're doing good and you're doing better and better to achieving these goals, the criticism and the fear will just seem to phase away. It won't phase you as much. You won't be thinking about it so much. It won't matter that much to you. That's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Faith be the reason. If you want to get some Valentine's Day gifts or maybe some birthday you have coming up, make sure you check the first link down below and get some gifts. It's my store, Glass, and you can also use the code GLSDNY and get 15% off any order. Now again, thank you for watching, guys. I love you. Faith be the reason. See you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Yeah, peace.